Hi guys, story recaps here. I am going to explain a 2016 American thriller film called The Belko Experiment. Please try to like or dislike the video, it is important to us. This movie has been presented in Colombia, where the Belko industry is well known. Essentially, the American government runs this industry. This office has located some distance from the city. Mike, a firm employee, is going to the office on a daily basis. When he arrives at the office, he discovers that everything is out of place. The majority of the guard was new. All local workers were being replaced. And they were all subjected to strict security checks. Mike and his colleagues arrive at the office and go about their business as usual. Everyone appeared to be joyful and pleasant with one another. But people are keeping an eye on others, sitting in the control room. Here a girl named Dany, who comes on the first day in office. She has joined the office on the same day. Here it is also revealed that trackers are adjusted in the heads of all employees of the Belko office. The purpose of these trackers is to assure the security of this office because this office is in Colombia. Colombia where the circumstances were not stable. So that people may be protected from kidnapping. Mike is surprised to see no local guard or the local employees. Thinking it, he calls his local guard and asks, "What is going on here? And why is there strict security?" Guard says, "I don't know about anything." At the same time, a mysterious voice is heard. It is told that 80 people are in this building. And you will all be killed within a few times. Listen to me, and follow my orders if you want to stay alive. And all specified tasks must be completed. The first task is to murder any 2 of your co-workers during the next half hour. That means you'll have to kill your co-workers in the next 2 hours. It is also stated that, you may kill any employee and that if this task is not completed, you will face severe repercussions. In addition, the mystery voice is inaudible. Everyone is taken aback, but they dismiss it as a joke and continue with their job. Their mobile signals are lost in an instant. This means they will be unable to reach anyone due to a lack of signal on their mobile phones. Here a middle-aged woman tries to escape because of her fear. The building glasses are covered with metal sheets as she begins to run. And the entire structure has been completely sealed. Everyone is in a state of panic and fear as they see it. Mike instructs his employee to bring a blowing torch machine and cut the metal plates when they have melted. They make an attempt to cut, but it is ineffective. Because it is constructed of thick and sturdy layers of metal. Its company's CEO named Barry claims that it is a government facility, so there is no need to be frightened. Metal sheets would have covered the glass by mistake. So don't be concerned. Mike, on the other hand, does not find this funny and takes it as a serious matter. Some office staff move to the roof of the office tower and ask rescue from guards gesticulating them. Looking at the guard, they ignore them. The given time of that mysterious voice was over now. And a girl on a roof gets a gunshot and she dies immediately. And 3 more employees in the building also received a bullet shot. It seems as they were shot blowing their heads. The reason for their death is this: mysterious voice had ordered to kill your 2 employees. Because they have not killed, so these innocent employees lose their lives. Everyone is horrified observing all. And they begin to run hiding, where they find a place. The CEO of the company, Barry, notices that no bullet has been shot from outside, but the heads of these people are blown up from inside. Mike analyzes the situation, and realizes that the fixed trackers in their brain are actually mini explosives. This is the reason why locals were dispatched to their house, because no trackers were implanted in their skulls. Employees from the other city, who came to work in this building had trackers, and the exact trackers were exploded. Mike moves to the toilet to see it and tries to remove his tracker with a knife. The building's surroundings have been installed with cameras, and a voice is being played in the background. That prevents Mike from removing his tracker. If he touches it, it will detonate, exploding like a bomb. And Mike will also lose his life. Hearing it, Mike stops. The mysterious voice is again echoed in the building, saying if anyone tries to extract the tracker or remove the camera, harmful results will appear. He now tells them about the second task. The next job is to murder 30 people in the following 2 hours. This implies that 30 people should be killed here. If 30 individuals are not killed here, we will kill 60. Everyone is now more terrified. Some start arguing with one another. A few people are killed during this conflict. The groups are now formed in the office. One group is of Mike while the other belongs to CEO Barry. Barry's group believes that killing 30 people is acceptable, however, Mike believes that killing is not a solution because these people are innocent. Because they didn't want to kill anyone, the majority favored Mike. The companions of Barry try to open the armory, which is in the building, because this armory consists of a number of weapons. Barry thinks they can secure themselves by taking these weapons. The present local guard there tries to stop them. But Mike cools him down, saying that we cannot kill anyone. After that, they again move to the Belko building's roof for help. Reaching the roof, they set there a banner with written words, "We are being held hostage. We have been kidnapped, help us." At the same time, guards come before them and start firing. And the mysterious voice is again echoed, saying you cannot set such banner. They return downstairs to the office, disappointed and enraged. When Mike returns downstairs, he tells his colleagues, "Our job was one form of trap in which a human experiment was being done on us." Meanwhile, coming from behind, CEO Barry hits something on Mike's head, knocking him out. After that, he grabs the armory keys from the local guard. He also kills him, so that the weapons can be taken from the armory. Barry's group shares the current weapon among themselves after unlocking the armory with keys. It implies that some people have become armed. All employees in the building are summoned in one area at the point of a gun. And in this time, Mike is now in consciousness, so in a standing position in the mid of all these people. Here Barry separates some people, saying that people having children below 18 years old will be aside, while others like old or having no children will be separated. We don't have any other options. We have to kill 30 employees since Barry was the CEO of the company and was the only one who knew whether the orders were given or taken. So he orders here and believes it fair to follow, and he orders here as well. At first, Barry selects the old-aged as his target, while some people are seated in a row in random order. He starts killing and shoots some people. On the other hand, Dany, a new employee who had recently joined the office, was hiding in a place. Hearing the firing sound, she shuts off the main light switch, resulting in complete darkness. And people run to and fro. Barry and his team start firing excessively in the darkness of the room. Excessive firing is held, as a result many people are killed. After a bit, the office light comes back on, and that mysterious voice repeats once more, that just 29 people have been killed, not 30. You only have 2 minutes. We shall kill your 30 individuals if one of them is not killed within 2 minutes. Barry tries to search out the people, but he cannot find them at a given time due to the darkness. The mysterious voice announces that your time is over. Now the people's heads begin to burst one by one and they are started to die, which is an irritating scene. The voice person's control room is now revealed. Along with the switches, there were written names of staff members. These switches were used to explode employees' heads. In the office, only 16 individuals survived. And a mysterious voice reveals its final task. A survivor is a person who kills the vast majority of people. And he can live a happy life. Now, Barry and his friend, Wendell, is mostly responsible for the killings. And Wendell and Barry start killing more employees. Even those who were opposed to killing will come to murder in order to survive. And some office employees were extracting the mini bombs from the heads of dead persons. These mini bombs were not exploded completely. But those people were dead. They had planned to blast, collecting all mini bombs and leave the building. Mike's friend is going upstairs in search of Mike, and she notices Barry's friend on the way who is killing other persons. They struggle, and she slashes his head with an axe, killing him. Wendell is now dead as well, because both Barry and Wendell were heavily involved in the killing. Following that, she encounters Mike, who is holding bombs. Mike takes the bombs, and places them in his pocket. Barry opens fire on them as they approach. During the firing, a bullet pierces Mike's friend, and she dies from her wounds. Dany, the new female in the office, believes that everything has come to an end. As she steps down from the lift, Barry fires on her, killing her. Mike and Barry are now the only two survivors in the office. Mike gets enraged at his friend's death and strikes Barry. Both have a fight, and Mike grabs a tap folder, which he uses to strike Barry's head. He continues to hit in an aggressive manner, till he kills Barry as well. Mike mourns after it, because he is the lone survivor in the office. Mike is the lone survivor of this game. At the same time, all metal plates are removed, all windows are unlocked, and 2 guards carry Mike into another room. Mike is in such horrible condition that he can't even walk properly. Mike is taken inside the room, where the entire experiment is being conducted. There were also senior scientists, and other folks present. That scientist tells, that announcement voice, was mine. I am a member of an international organization, that conducts human behavior experiments. As for how the people would react when a difficult circumstance is forced upon them. And we carried out this experiment for the same reason. That scientist inquires of Mike, how are you feeling now? Mike inquires, did you notice me while picking the small bombs? The scientist is taken aback, because Mike planted those tiny bombs in the office where everyone is seated. He has placed all of these bombs in the control room. He dashes to the control unit, where the written names of the employees were readily available. He activates all of the switches, except his own. As soon as the switches are turned on, there is a massive explosion that injures all of the scientists and guards. Otherwise, he takes the guard's gun and walks outside, killing everyone who is present. As he left the building, he is still being watched by a camera. When we zoom out, we can see the many survivors, including Mike. It demonstrates that this experiment was carried out not only in Colombia, where Mike was a survivor, but also in a number of other places. Each experiment was overseen by a scientist. And where the film ends, Mike is looking up into the sky, regretfully. Subscribe and turn on the notification. You can also dislike or like the video to appreciate our hard work.